Hi YouTube. I know you see my chair back here. Now you only seen it in one video that I did, and you're wondering, why are you sitting? Where are you sitting? I'm sitting in my kitchen, and the reason why I'm sitting in my kitchen is because I am rendering down beef suet to make tallow. Tallow to make soap. And now show you what I'm doing real quick and where we start at. This is where we start at. This is suet. This is the beef fat that is around the kidneys of the cow or the bull. More the cows, because we eat more cow than we eat bull, really. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It's actually quite long. It was like the length of my counter from this edge to the back here. Right here, yeah, to edge to edge. That's how long it was, and I had to cut it in half in order to get it into these 2.5 jumbo gallon bags. But it keeps for a while. I had 30 pounds of this, y'all. Lovey got me 30 pounds. We went to the butcher in Fort Worth, and he was just so happy to, sell anything. He was like, "Oh, here you go, 30 pounds." 99 cents a pound, which isn't that bad. $30 for 30 pounds, and that is what I get. And what do you do with this? You take this and you break it up, and if you can see this little part right here, see this white part right here, this is what you want to keep, because this is, if you break it right there, your hard tallow. It's not your tallow, but this is what the parts that you want for making your tallow. But you break it up, or you cut it up, or you grind it up. I have my little mini processor, but it's in the sink. I have to wash it. And you make it not so much as into a powder, but you try and get it small as you can, because the smaller it is, the less time it takes to render, and then the bigger it is, the longer it's going to take to render. So what you do that is you get yourself about 5 to 6 cups of water. You're going to put them in the tallest pot that you have available. And you put in about 4 to 5 tablespoons of salt. The salt acts as a purifier against these solids and everything. And you see what's happening here is you have some fat solids floating on the top, and then you have some sinking to the bottom, and that is the tallow rising to the top. And it's yellow right now, but it's going to turn white. How do I know that it's going to turn white? Well, let me show you. This cooked had been cooking for about an hour, and right now it's in a cooling process, and I'm getting ready to strain it once through here into this pot, and then wash this pot out, and then strain it back using a smaller sieve into here. And I'm going to heat it up again when I do that process. And after I do that, after cutting it up, and see the little small pieces, and it renders out a lot of fat faster too. And you have to use water, because the water boils, it adds that heat, and that heat adds to getting that the fat, the pure fat out of that suet. And what you end up with is this right here. You're going, what the hell is that? That is tallow. This is my hard tallow that I ended up with after my day session yesterday of making tallow. This is 3.3 ounces, 3.378 of an ounce of tallow. 3 pounds. 3 pounds, 3/7 of an ounce. And I'm happy that I was able to do this, that I didn't mess it up. I have some speckling, but that's okay. That doesn't mean that it's impurities. It just means that, it's solid. I can't push through it or anything, and it's hard. You hear that? And this it was sitting in the refrigerator. I took it out this morning, but it did not have 24 hours on it, and so I'm glad it didn't take that long to go down. And that just may be a testament to how cold my refrigerator is. I'll turn it over here so you can see the back. And it looks like this little beady ice cream things that they sell. But this is your end result after you render it down, and you stir it up and everything, and you skim off impurity foam, and then you pour it into the pot and strain it and everything, and then you set it into the fridge for at least, I'll say, 8 or 9 hours. So if you're doing it at night, it's probably best to just let it sit overnight while you're sleeping. So that's my project for the day. And the reason why I'm doing this project, and at all, if you're going, Trey, I didn't know you were a soap maker. I can, you know, make soap with my black soap and everything, and I just wanted more, you know. I'm trying to fix this camera. I wanted to be able to just make soap for me. I just want to make soap for me, just as a hobby, to have something to do. And I know that the batches that I'll be producing are probably going to be big, but, you know, I'll probably, you know, give some away to family for, you know, birthdays and presents and stuff like that. But I will be using them here at home. No, I probably won't be selling them. I know you guys are noticing. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm breaking out. And I'm breaking out because I stopped washing my face with my soap. I've been preoccupied. Not so much as breaking out, but I had breakouts and then I scratched them, which I keep saying I absolutely have to stop doing, and I haven't done that yet. But I started breaking out again because I haven't been washing with my soap, and I stopped doing my oatmeal mask, and I stopped doing the oil wash, and I've just been preoccupied with everything else. I had a temporary crisis, and I just stopped doing everything. So crisis is averted. I will have to go back to washing my face because I do not like having the connected dot things and from all the scarring from me picking my face. And if I don't have any acne, then I wouldn't be picking my face. So that's another reason. When I do get this soap, I'll be able to make, you know, a different kind other than my black soap. And I'm thinking once I get a basic soap put together, I'm just going to do a basic palm oil, you know, tallow soap. And I think I'm going to hand mill that down once it cures in 4 to 6 weeks, they say. I think it's like 2 to 4. It's 2 to 4 or 4 to 6, depending on how big the batch is and how long it takes for the soap to dry, and the ventilation and all this stuff is a factor into it. So after I get it cured and everything, and I hand mill it down, that is grating the basic soap that I made and remelting it down, I think I'm going to add some black soap that I have, because remember I'm waiting for my big batch of black soap to come before I start mass producing that soap for y'all. I'm going to grate some of that down, and I'm going to mix the two together, and I'm going to see what that produces. Yeah, so I think that'll be good. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm in soap making mode, and because I have to wait for my order to come, my order costs like $300 something, and the people said that it would be here in like was shipping 3 to 5 business days. And I guess they sent this little message out to the email after they received payment saying, oh, we had a car accident and we're down some manpower. Could you please be patient? It's going to take a week for your order to ship. And any other time I would be like, no, that's not what your website said. You need to be mailing my stuff out when you said you're going to mail it out. But I'm not going to do that because I have the suet to make. And so I have at least 3 or 4 days to make this suet and make my tallow, to render it down and get it all into tallow. And it is time consuming. It takes about, I think I started at 11 something and it's now 1:26 p.m. So I've been doing this for 2 hours. Well, actually it's been cooking pretty much on its own for an hour, but the breaking down of the suet, that took about an hour. So yeah, 2 hours. So I'm not going to complain too much about delivery time. So that's what I'm doing. They've been making soap with beef fat, suet, and other animal fats for centuries. But we don't make it like that anymore industrial wise, because they say that it's not so much as inhumane, but back in the olden days they believe in using everything that they had from that animal. If they had bones, they could use to make combs. If they had hooves, they used them for door stops. If they had, you know, the beef fat, they used it for soaps. The leather we still use today, they used and ate just about every part of that animal so that they did not waste it. And I think that that's a good thing. So yeah, they've been making soaps with fat for years, and now it's just now something like this is just left to home soap makers because the industrial companies won't do it anymore. Now they have 15 million chemicals, and I'm sorry, but I'd rather have tallow soap made from beet fat than have you know, a soap with 15 million chemicals. I'm not going to rant. I'm over the limit anyway, so I got to go upload this. Peace.